Hello, great grandma. I'm your oldest great granddaughter, Jaya.
Oh, hi, Joy.
And we would like to take some time to reflect back on your life. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, okay?
I'll be glad to.
Okay. What's your full name?
Joyce Colleen Bates Guin.
Did you ever have a nickname?
Guy.
Where'd you get it from?
Where did you get it from?
Yes.
I don't know. One of my sisters couldn't say when they were small, my younger sister. They would call me Guy instead of Joy. I don't know how they did that, but
Where were you born?
I was born in my mom and dad. I think they all lived in Mid-Hill, Matthews area.
Who were your parents? What were their names?
My mother was named Mary Leon Cubberson Bates, and my father was named William Lewis McKinsley Bates.
Okay. So can you tell me what was your house like as a child?
It was really nice. We had good parents. My parents was real nice, and they treated us real good. They always wanted us to get an education when we got up, you know. But they made sure we attended school. She had 5 children, and they made sure that all of us would go to school and study our lesson. And come home from school, you had to get your book out and, you know, do your thing. So they were good parents. They raised us how to treat one another, raised us in church, Sunday school, and preaching.
That's good. So how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
What were their names?
My oldest brother was named Alfred Alfonso, and it was a girl between him, Evelyn Edwina, and the boy was Oscar Odd, and I came in before Oscar, Joyce, and then my youngest sister was Carolyn Brown.
Did you have a favorite sibling, a favorite brother or sister?
We got along real good, but I don't know. They kind of depend on me a lot, especially my younger brother, Oscar. He depended on me and called me Guy. But my 2 older, my older sister and brother, they were real, helped us out a lot too. I was halfway. I was the middle. I was the 3rd child.
So what do you remember about them growing up?
We were all kind of close with Alfonso. He was a hard worker, but he always depended on the girls to help him, you know, at home. It was 3 of us girls, well, 2 oldest ones. He always relied on us, and we always helped one another. My mom and dad had 5 children.
So how many siblings do you have living right now?
I had 1 sister, Carolyn Brown.
Okay, so what games did you play with your brothers and sisters?
Yeah, we played hopscotch, jump rope, hide and seek, and we always, my brothers, they had played year-round ball. We had a good time together.
What were your holidays like?
Easter, it was something always going on.
Did they make Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes, most time it was chicken. Wasn't too much turkey then. Chicken, and she made good potato pies and apple pie.
Apple pie, that's good. So what high school did you go to?
It was Clear Creek High School, and it wasn't Joyce Guin then. They renamed it after I graduated.
So which one was your favorite subject in high school? Yes.
Home economics, and that was number 1. And in high school, I liked spelling good.
So why was home ec your favorite subject?
My mom was sewed a lot, and I liked it because it was something different. It wasn't all sewing or anything like that. It taught you how to treat a family, how to cook and sew, and other things, you know. It was really good.
Who were your friends in high school?
Deborah Johnson was one, and and I can't think of them too much now. It's been such a long time. We would always help each other with each lessons, and she was just a good person to talk to. She's a good old Christian. You could tell they went to church, and that's one thing my mom and daddy, you went to church on Sunday. You were in Sunday school.
Who was your favorite teacher?
Mrs. Perkins, she was the home ec teacher.
What'd you like about Mrs. Perkins?
Well, when I first got in the 8th grade and we started taking home ec, she was real patient with you. Because home economics was more than cooking and eating. It was sewing, and that's why I learned how to sew.
What'd you want to be when you grew up? Who'd you want to be like?
I really wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't be a teacher. I was mostly a mother. I graduated real good. I was a teacher assistant after I worked with kindergartners, little kids. I did have to go to school a little bit for that, take a course in that. Even to be an assistant with the teacher, because they're kindergartners right out of their mom's lap, we say, because they hadn't been to school, hadn't been away from mom. So you had to learn how to teach and train them.
Right.
But I like to work with them because they would take a nap.
Let's talk about your husband a little bit. How did you meet Grandpa Guin?
George.
Yes.
I tell you, we used to stay right on the bus line, and they call it the Mid-Hill bus, and it used to come to our house, by our house, and my older sister had a friend that would come and get off the bus there because it didn't go too far in Union County, and her brothers would come and pick her up. She'd get off the bus there, Mid-Hill bus, they called it. And I met him. He'd always come and pick her up, his sister. And that's how I met. It was JV.
So what did you like about Grandpa Guin? Did he used to cook for you?
He was a good person. He treated me good.
So what did you enjoy most about your marriage with George Guin?
What I enjoyed?
Yes.
First, I'm going to say he was a good person. He was very good to me and his children. And, everybody has some ups and downs, but we'd always make up, And he wanted us to be happy. He wanted to send his children. He wanted them to go to school and learn. And he tried to fix it so they would get a better education than we did.
Did he used to cook for you?
Little of everything. Vegetable. Most was sweets. But he didn't care too much about sweets, but I would do that. And he was a good cook too. He would like to fry fish and stuff like that, And I was trying to think of something else he'd like to do. But anyway, he could fix a meal too.
What was your favorite memory about George Guin?
To me, he was a God-sent man. And because he treated me good. He really was. Everybody had their ups and downs, but he was really good for me.
Hello, Great Grandma. I'm your great granddaughter Chaya, and we're going to continue asking you a series of questions.
This is kind of,
We're going to continue asking you questions about your life, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, what makes you happy? What do you enjoy doing?
I haven't sung in a good while, but that was one of my projects mostly. Sewing, making clothes, and then made most of my kids' clothes.
Shirts or pants? What kind of clothing did you make?
Dresses and skirts, something like that.
So did you like to plant flowers? Did you like to garden or anything?
Oh, I like to work with flowers. And I have done some gardening.
What kind of flowers did you plant?
Petunias, zinnias, what else did I used to plant? mostly petunias, set them in big containers. I think that was about it. And so I like to work with that.
Okay. So what was your happiest moment in your life? What's your favorite memory about yourself?
Mm. Oh my, that's a hard one. Oh, the happiest time of my life.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, I think when my daughter was a flight attendant,
Oh.
me and my husband used to fly a lot, tax free, and that was good. We went around. We went a lot.
Where'd you guys
places.
go? Where'd you guys go around the world?
We went to Hawaii. We went to, let's see, a lot of where my kids, live. We went several places. I can't think of them right now.
So which one of those were your favorite vacations though? Which one was your favorite?
Which one was the favorite?
Which one did you like the most?
I was trying to think. Seemed like we got to go to Hawaii. That's what.
So you liked Hawaii the most? Hawaii was your
When
favorite?
my daughter was flying attendant, we had to go there. That was good.
So who inspired you the most in your life?
Who inspired me
Yes,
most?
ma'am.
Coming up from young or old?
Coming up from young.
I think it was family and friends. My mother and father, and I think it was a family thing. Plus, I always liked to go to church and listen to ministers, listen to preaching, and it's so many things, I can't name them all, but a lot of things really inspired. I used to work with kindergartners, and that was really nice, little kid working with.
So to go back on your parents, what was the most important lesson that they taught you that you can remember? Your parents.
My parents taught me. Most important thing was when we was going to school, they wanted us to really study hard to make ourselves be someone.
So to ask you, what was your most important thing that you're proud about in your life?
I'm proud just to be alive and be here and to see my children growing up, I didn't never want to leave little kids, like some people did. And I'm proud of my children. I have a good husband. And I'm thankful to God for, every morning I wake up, since I got older, I just feel thankful.
That's good. So what are some life lessons or advice that you would like to pass down to your children, your grandchildren, or your great-grandchildren? What are some life lessons? Anything that you would like to say?
Oh, okay. First, always be obedient to your parents first. And try to, when you go to school, make sure you study your lessons and try to keep yourself busy and not get involved. Well, nowadays it's a little bit worse than it was when I was coming up. Always don't let the group that don't want to do anything, don't let them pull you into it. You always try to encourage them the right thing. That's what I like teaching, because it's easy to get off track when you go growing up.
Right.
And I always thank God. Put God first in your life.
That's good. So how would you like others to remember you?
As being a person that they enjoy being around, and maybe some way that I've helped them in some way. Just something good, not. And I try to, when I'm around people, I try to not worry them too much. I try not to worry my children. I guess I do sometimes, but I try not to.
Well, a couple of things that I remember about you that me and my sisters will always remember is your pancakes, you waking up in the morning and making us these amazing pancakes. Nobody can ever make the pancakes like you do. My mom would try, but it can't be nothing like your pancakes. Coming over to your house, whenever we used to come visit you, was just one of the best things to ever do when we used to come down here, because we used to watch your movies and come to your movie theater when you had a movie theater in that house you were living in. And it was just so clean, and we used to lay back on your blankets and in your bed, and it was so much fun. And we just remember you always getting dressed up and looking so pretty and looking all nice and clean and always looking so presentable. So I think that's what really made my mom always make sure that we always looked good and presentable. And with you just being so active in your church life, I think that also helped my mom get us into church and really go there every Sunday. And we were also in the Sundays, we always went to children's service with my grandmother and my mom, and you know, just hearing all the excellent things that my grandmother has to say, my abuelita, hearing all the things that she's had to say about you, and it inspires me. And it makes me want to know more about you when she tells me about all the excellent things that y'all used to do back then and how you inspired her as well. So that's just a couple of things that I remember about you too that I will always remember. So I really do appreciate you doing this video with me and giving me the time to ask you some questions. So thank you so much for doing that.
Oh my, that's what you do.